Namaste everyone. I'm Shashi and you're on channel Kala Tattva. Starting from today, I will be teaching a series of 7 days yoga program with a different theme every day. The common theme of the series is the ailments that we face in our everyday life. The ailments could be due to occupational hazard, wrong body posture, or repetitive use of a certain body part. For example, back pain, stress, anxiety, and so on. Please note, if you're currently on any kind of a medication, this practice is not a substitute for that medication. And also, if you have any long-standing injury, pain, or ache, you may want to consult your doctor before you start any kind of a physical practice. Kindly bear this information in mind. Today being day one of the series, we are going to learn a set of asanas or exercises to be practiced in the morning, which will help us to wake up the body, warm up, and bring in certain energy to carry on the task for the rest of the day. Also, um, please note that whenever you work your body in a kind of physical practice, which you do with certain amount of awareness and mindfulness, it also works on your mental body and the emotional body. So you're benefiting not just your physical body, but also you're working on your mental and emotional well-being. All right. So with that piece of information, let's begin the practice for the day. We start with cross-leg position. Every feet are out is when you keep your feet out and sit down, it avoids the unnecessary pressure which you put on the heel when you sit with your foot tucked in, which is not good in long run. And second thing, when you sit with feet out, it helps to open your hips further. Why is it important to open the hips further to keep your hips flexible? Is because most of us store any kind of a tension in the neck and shoulder or in the hips. So the tighter the hips, it could be because you're physically tight or also because of the amount of tension you store in your body. So releasing the hips also helps you to release the tension that you hold within the body, because your tension is nothing but the energy stored in the body again, but this is not a good kind of energy, so you want to get rid of it. All right. So come to cross leg position, spine straight. The moment you lengthen the spine, you notice that your core automatically tightens up. Your belly tightens up, which is good. Now, shoulders relaxed, hands on your lap, palm facing up. Gently close your eyes. Take a moment to gather yourself. Bring yourself to the space, physically and mentally, dedicating this time and space just for yourself, for your own practice. Let everything else stay outside this space. Now bring your focus to the breath. Observe your breath as it is without making any changes to it. We start with a set of breathing exercises, pranayama, deep breathing through both the nostrils. Breathe in deep, breathe out deeper. Let's begin. Inhale, exhale, 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 inhale, exhale. Now let your breath ease down gradually, getting back to its natural rhythm. Bring your hands in prayer position, rub your palms together, give some warmth to your eyes and slowly open. Good. Now, from here, raise your right hand up. I'm doing your mirror image. So when I say right, I'm doing my left so that you get the size right. Stretch, bring it to the side of the head, gently bringing your head towards your right side. Here, make sure the rest of the spine is straight. You're not hunching your back. Gentle stretch, no pressure, no force. Keep breathing. Observe a nice stretch on the side of the neck. Breathe into it. Come up and release. Now, bring your left hand up, stretch, bring it to the side. Now, bringing your head towards your left side. Keep breathing. Remember, your spine is still straight. Come up, release. Now, take both your hands behind the head. Tuck your chin to your neck, again keeping the rest of the spine straight. Keep breathing. Observe a nice stretch at the back of the head. Breathe into it. Slowly come up. Release your hand. Now let's roll the shoulders out to release the stiffness from your shoulders. Make sure you squeeze the shoulder blade every time you rotate. Good. Now other way around. And release. Now from here, bring your left hand to your right knee, right hand going back. Let me show you from the side angle. Now, when you bring your hand back, make sure this is close to your body so that the spine remains straight. If you take it any further, you're going to lean, and we don't want this happening. So keep your spine straight, lengthen it, take a deep breath in, and twist your spine. Feel this nice twist in your spine. Breathe into it. There's no pressure on either of the hands. They're just there for support. Keep breathing. Turn forward, release. Now let's go on the other side. Bring your right hand to your left knee, left hand going back, lengthen the spine, twist towards your left. Turn forward, good. Now bring your right hand down to the floor. Don't take it too far, just closer by the side. Raise your left hand up, stretch, bend over towards your right. As you get comfortable, you can bring your forearm down to the floor, but give it time. Don't be in a hurry. Know how much to push yourself. Okay? Slowly stretch. Here, again, important thing is not to collapse the side. Keep it active, and the stretch happens on the opposite side, opposite knee going down to the floor. Keep pressing the opposite knee down to the floor. Stretch your torso entirely facing forward. Feel this nice stretch on the side. You also feel a good stretch in your leg, your thigh muscle basically. Breathe into it. Good. Few more breaths here. Come up, release. Now raise your right hand up, stretch, bend towards your left. This time, keep pressing your right knee down to the floor. Remember your torso facing forward. Keep breathing. Slowly come up and release. Now from here, take your hands behind. Let me show you from the side angle. Take your hands behind, interlace the finger, open the shoulders, stretch your arms. Stretch as much as you can. From here, you're going to slowly lean your spine forward. Go to the extent that you can without hunching the back. Okay? Lengthen the spine. Let your hands go up to the ceiling. Slowly come up and release. Now from here, stretch your legs forward, shake them, flex the toe. In case you find it difficult to sit straight in this position, you can always take the support of your hand. Again, make sure your hands are still wide and not going back. Then you will start to relax. So keep your hands closed if you need support, or else let them relax. Flex the toe, point, flex, point, flex, point, rotate the ankle. Remember, working your joints is as important as working your muscles. Other way around, and relax. Now from here, coming to the butterfly pose, Vardha Konasana. Bring your feet together, spine straight again. Let's flap the legs. This is to warm up the hips so that it stretches better when we lean forward. Flap a little more harder. Keep breathing. Good. Now hold the feet, lengthen the spine, lean forward as much as you can. If this is how much you can do today, that is still good. Remember, your spine needs to stretch, your hips need to stretch, and your knee go down to the floor eventually. And let me show you from the side angle. Here, always imagine your chin going to the top of the mat. That way your spine remains straight. The moment you put your head down, your back is going to hunch, which is not of help and which definitely is not going to flex your spine any further. So lengthen the spine. Imagine your chin going forward to the top of the mat and stretch the spine as much as you can. Here, if you want, you can walk your hands forward. Take some deep breaths. Slowly walk your hands back, come up. Good job. From here, bring your knee together. Let's just stay here for a moment. Okay, the butterfly pose we just did now is a very good hip opener, which is good for both men and women, especially for women. This is something that would really help you in times of periods. It helps you with your cramps, your hip pain, lower back pain, also the pain in your legs. Highly recommended to do during your periods as well. And it's also very, very helpful for pregnant women for the same reasons as it's going to open your hips further. Okay. Now from here, let's take the legs back, come to all four position. what is known as a cat and cow position, in Sanskrit Marjariyasana. Here, make sure your hands are right beneath your shoulders, shoulder width apart, spread out the fingers. Your knee right beneath your hips, hip width apart. You can either tuck in or tuck out the toe, both are fine. We start with a neutral spine. When I say neutral spine, you're neither arching nor are you curling. You just keep it in a straight position. Your core remains slightly firm. Keep your arms strong. From here, inhale, arch your back, look up. This is the cow pose. Exhale, curl your back, look down at your belly. This is the cat pose. Inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, curl your back, look down at your belly. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and come back to neutral position. From here, push your hip to your heel, coming to Vajrasana or the diamond pose. In this pose, please make sure you're not arching your back. You're nicely around your back so that it still remains straight. Your hip on the heel and you're comfortable in this position. All right, coming to Vajrasana, bring your hands forward, make a fist, roll the wrist. Keep your arms strong. Other way around. Okay. Now put your right hand fingers down. Hold all the fingers, including the thumb. Stretch. Stretching your wrist and the fingers. Change hands. And release. Let's stay here for a moment. Gently close your eyes. If you feel comfortable, you can take some deep breaths here. Please note that this particular pose, Vajrasana, diamond pose, is very good for digestion and metabolism. So 5 minutes before you go to bed in this pose is very helpful for your digestion. You can also do it on your bed, not necessarily that you have to do it on a mat or on the floor. You can also do it on the bed. All right, let's come back. From here, we come to down dog position. So you bring your hands forward, again, shoulder width apart, slightly ahead of your shoulders. Now, open your knee and your feet hip width apart. Curl and tuck in the toe. Raise your leg. Push your shoulder back. Now, initially, your heel may not touch the floor. It will take some time for your leg muscles to stretch. So don't worry about it. Just keep the knees straight and keep pushing your shoulder back. In case you have lower back problem, please keep your knees slightly bent. Otherwise, keep your knees stretched. Remember, only in case of lower back problem or the hip problem, you keep your knees slightly bent, else keep the legs straight. Let's come back to down dog. Stretch. Push your shoulder back. Imagine the top of your head going down to the floor. Few more breaths here. Very good. From here, lift up on the toes, shifting your body weight forward. Bring the right leg in between your hands. Your left leg remains back, tuck out the toe. From here, you either stay here or bring your hands on the lap. Okay? If you're staying down, make sure you're not putting the body weight on the leg. You're just there. Okay? Or if you're confident, if you find balance, Come up. Let's stay here. Your back leg is still stretched. Your spine, your body weight is in center position. No weight on the hands. Look straight. Take some deep breaths here. Just a couple of more breaths. Wonderful. Bring your hands back. Now tuck in the toe. Shake the leg back. Come into down dog position. Your feet remain hip width apart in down dog position. Good. This time, bring your left leg in between the hands. So lift up on your toes, shift the body weight forward, bring the left hand. Remember, in this position, your knee and ankle needs to be in the same line. So you either choose to stay here or come up. Both are fine. You feel a good stretch in your legs. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Good. Now slowly bring your hand back, shake the leg back, push your hip to the heel, stretch your hands forward, release your head to the floor. Child pose, Balasana. Good. From here, come forward, lay down on your belly. Coming to Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Keep your hands next to the chest. Spread out the fingers, your toe pointing back. Your feet either close or slightly apart. Choice is yours. Now from here, your elbows going back. Inhale, rise up. Look straight, your shoulders always away from your ears. Exhale, come down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, come down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's release. Now turn onto your back. Coming to bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Here, bring your knee and your feet hip width apart. Your heels closer to where your hands can touch them. Make sure your toe is facing forward so you're not opening your knee and your toe out. It's parallel. Alright? Now, as we breathe in, we're going to raise our hip up to the ceiling, going all the way to your shoulders. It's important to engage the legs. So you'll press your feet down, lift the hips up. Okay, let's go. Inhale, rise up, press feet down, push the hips up. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Push up a little more this time. Exhale. Very good. Now hug your knee to the chest. Give yourself a tight hug. Release your legs. Roll on to one side. Come to sitting. Good job, everyone. That's your practice for the day. So you've successfully completed your day one. Congratulations. I hope your practice went well. If you have any questions, any queries, doubts, feel free to get in touch with me. I will be more than happy to answer. And so come back tomorrow for the practice. Tomorrow will be the practice for carpal tunnel syndrome. Um, in a nutshell, carpal tunnel syndrome is a pain, a tingling effect, and a numbness that starts from your neck and goes all the way to your fingers, or even vice versa. So I'll give you more information about it tomorrow, and then I shall show you the practice for carpal tunnel syndrome. So please come back tomorrow. Until then, take very good care of yourself. See you all. Bye bye.